One question I get all the time is, how do you get around in Pattaya if you don't own a car? By the end of this video, you'll know the difference between Grab and Bolt, why I use each one, and why I almost never need a car here in Pattaya. Well, let me show you exactly what I use every day. It's something that really you change your thinking when you get to Thailand. The reality is they have a couple of services to get around here if you don't have your own car or motorbike, which I have no desire whatsoever to drive here. When I got my visa, I was asked whether or not I wanted to get a Thai license. They drive on the other side of the road. The traffic is extremely crazy here. There's motorbikes, there's everything. Actually, I tend to ride on the back of a motorbike is probably my main mode of transportation. In the States, I never rode a motorcycle. Thought they were extremely dangerous, and they are. And it's not that motorbikes here aren't dangerous, it's that it is a common, maybe the most preferable mode of transportation because it's extremely inexpensive to do so. And maybe more importantly, the ability to get around really is significantly better on a motorbike than it is in a car. You can get up to a intersection in a car and it's 10, 15, 20 cars deep. Well, the motorbikes are able to maneuver in and around, and the cars know that. The motorbikes have kind of a preference here, I guess. If you hit somebody on a motorbike, it is certainly frowned upon by the law, so they yield for the motorbikes to a large degree. And so riding around on a motorbike allows you to get from point A to point B quite easily, quite quickly. And for the most part, you're going 40 miles or less. And, I only do it, I try to do it certain times of the day or night. And so far, things have worked out. I haven't had any situations where I was really concerned. I do own a helmet. And so most of the time when I'm riding, I take my own helmet. One of the things that differs here in Thailand compared to Vietnam, in Vietnam, the laws are very strict. Both the driver and the passenger must have a helmet. Here in Thailand, most of the time you see people, they don't have helmets on at all, either the driver or the passenger, or a lot of times the driver has one, the passengers don't. A pretty big distinction between the two countries with regard to how people get around. In Vietnam, they only have Grab, but here in Thailand, they have both Grab and they have what they call Bolt, B-O-L-T. I tend to take Bolt. They are quicker to pick up. When I leave my condo, usually it takes about 1 minute or two for a Bolt driver to pick up and take me wherever it is I'm going. Compared to how we get around in the States, obviously, most people in the States drive. Depending on where you live, there might be public transportation. I come from the West Coast, Pacific Northwest, and everybody has a car. And so that is the method of transportation that is primary. We do have Uber and Lyft, but compared to what Grab and Bolt cost, Uber and Lyft is almost criminal. For example, I can't remember the last time I took a trip on a motorbike here in Pattaya that cost me more than not even 100 baht one way. And 100 baht is about $3. So if I go to, let's say, the grocery store, Big C, it's about a 10 to 15 minute ride by motorbike, if that. That ride would cost me $25 if I took a Uber or Lyft. Now, they would be in a car. But what happens here is that you have the option to take a motorbike with Grab or Bolt, or you could take a car, you could take a limo. They have all types of offers. Depending on what's going on, I'm going to take the motorbike in most cases. Sometimes in the evening or if it's raining, I'm going to take a car. Convenience is one of the reasons I take the motorbike. It is a completely different feeling to be riding down the street, 90-something degree weather, and there's so many things going on that you get a chance to look at and experience that you really don't get a chance to do if you're in a car. So I really do enjoy that aspect. Dangerous as it may be, I just pray that everything is going to be okay, and that's not what the good Lord has in store for me, is to come to Thailand and have something, terrible happen to me on the back of a motorbike. I am cautious. I am aware. I don't think that if you're going to ride on a motorbike It's not like you're in a car and you're not watching what's going on. I think if you are going to ride a motorbike, be aware of your surroundings. I'm another set of eyes. And again, most of the time I tend to do it low traffic areas and times of the day when there's not a lot of traffic about. Because I'm retired, I don't have to be out at any time during the day, typically that I don't want to. So now, just to talk about Bolt and Grab a little bit more. Again, they both provide the same service in terms of picking you up and dropping you off. They offer pretty much the same types of vehicles. My experience has been that Bolt is quicker. I'm not sure why that is. It may be that Grab has a larger base because Grab is actually like the DoorDash in Southeast Asia. And they will bring food, 3 o'clock in the morning. You can order from restaurants here and you will get that delivered by Grab. Bolt does not do food delivery in the same fashion. They will pick up groceries at a grocery store, much like at home. But in terms of the restaurants, as you walk around the city, you see a lot of green, and that's for Grab. So all of these little stalls and restaurants, a lot of them offer those meals via Grab. And they'll get it to you hot. They'll get it to you within 10 to 15 minutes when it's being prepared. It's an amazing system that they have here. It works. I don't know how they developed it, but I can assure you that it works extremely well. I could order a pizza or a hamburger, and it'll be here within 15 to 30 minutes. It'll be hot, and they deliver on motorbikes. It allows them to kind of expedite the delivery and get you your food or whatever it is you're ordered in a pretty quick manner, certainly compared to what it would take for a car to do so. And the cost for them to do so and to deliver and such is greatly reduced because of that. So if you're ever in Southeast Asia and you're looking to get food delivered to you, find you a menu with Grab. The nice thing is a lot of the restaurants have a Grab offering. Transportation was one of the things I worried about before moving here. It turned out to be one of the easiest. Next, I'm going to show you another part of daily life here in Pattaya that surprised me.